ETH. Is there anything Mathieu van der Poel can't do? The man is a phenomenon on two wheels. A world champion in road cycling, cyclocross, and gravel. He's one of the most versatile and dominant riders the sport has ever seen. But it seems like conquering the cycling world just isn't enough for him. MVDP has his eyes set on a new, epic challenge, the Ironman Triathlon, TAY. And this isn't just some passing thought. It's a real possibility that has the entire endurance sports community buzzing. So, where did this all start? Well, the idea has been floating around for a while, largely thanks to his close friends, including the popular YouTuber, Average Rob. In a podcast, Rob revealed that he invited Mathieu to compete in a half Ironman. He said, Mathieu almost competed in a half Ironman in Portugal. He was really looking into it, but for a professional cyclist, it's not something you can just fit in. And that makes perfect sense. Van der Poel's schedule is absolutely packed. Between the Classics season on the road, the Winter Cyclocross World Cups, and now even gravel championships, finding time for a 1.2-mile swim, a 56-mile bike ride, and a 13.1-mile run is next to impossible. But the seed was planted. Rob went on to say that Van der Poel has promised to do a full Ironman with them someday. Although he thinks it's something for later in his career, maybe in 4, 5, or even 10 years. But what if someday is closer than we think? The rumors recently caught fire again because of a post on Instagram. His training partner, Freddie Ovett, posted a video with a very interesting caption. MVDP confirms that he will do an Ironman triathlon if this reel gets 100k likes. Well, guess what? The likes started pouring in, crossing the 100,000 mark with ease. The internet has spoken. The challenge has been set. Of course, it was likely a bit of fun between friends during a training camp, but it shows where his head is at. The interest is clearly there. And when a guy like Mathieu van der Poel sets his mind to something, you better believe he means it. Now, let's break down what an Ironman entails and why this is such a fascinating prospect. A full Ironman is one of the toughest single-day endurance events on the planet. It consists of a 2.4-mile swim, followed by a 112-mile bike ride, and then capped off with a full 26.2-mile marathon run. It's an absolute beast of a race that pushes athletes to their physical and mental limits. For Van der Poel, the bike leg would be, let's be honest, a walk in the park. A 112-mile ride is basically a training day for a pro cyclist of his caliber. He would likely be one of the fastest, if not the fastest, cyclist on any Ironman course in the world. But what about the other two disciplines? Let's start with the run. We know Van der Poel is no stranger to running. As a top-tier cyclocross racer, running is a crucial part of his training and competition. Cyclocross courses often feature steep, muddy hills, sand pits, and barriers that force riders to dismount and run with their bikes. We've seen him do it time and time again, and he's incredibly agile and powerful on his feet. Plus, he's been known to post runs on his Strava account, showing he incorporates it into his regular fitness routine. So, running a marathon after a long bike ride is a different challenge, but the fundamental running ability is already there. He has a strong engine and the durability to handle long efforts. The transition from cyclocross running to marathon running would be tough, but he has the foundation. The biggest question mark for most people would be the swim. Swimming is a highly technical sport, and it's often the biggest hurdle for athletes coming from other disciplines. But here's the thing about Van der Poel. He's just a natural-born athlete. Average Rob mentioned in that same podcast, apparently, he's a much better swimmer than people think. He's a guy who can do everything well. A phenomenon. This is a recurring theme with him. Away from the bike, he's an active golfer with a solid swing. He just seems to have an innate athletic intelligence and coordination that allows him to pick up new sports quickly. If he dedicates even a fraction of his focus to swimming technique, he could become more than competent. He could become competitive. We're talking about a guy who has redefined what's possible in cycling. Death. Who's to say he can't do the same in the water? This potential crossover is so exciting because it pits one of the world's greatest cyclists against a completely different kind of challenge. We've seen other cyclists attempt it. Former Tour de France pro Andrew Talansky successfully transitioned to professional triathlon, canned. And of course, there's Cameron Wurf, who juggles a career as a pro cyclist for Ineos Grenadiers while also being one of the top long-course triathletes in the world, holding multiple bike course records at the Ironman World Championship. But Van der Poel is different. He's at the absolute peak of his powers in cycling. A move to triathlon, even as a one-off, while he's still a reigning world champion in multiple disciplines, would be unprecedented. Tip. Imagine the scene. Mathieu van der Poel, the Dutch superstar, lining up at the start of an Ironman. The media frenzy, the excitement, the sheer curiosity of seeing how he would fare. The bike leg would be a spectacle. Would anyone be able to keep up with him? He would likely come out of the water with a deficit to the pro swimmers, but he could erase that gap and build a massive lead on the bike. The entire race would then hinge on the marathon. Could he hold on? Could his legs, so accustomed to pedaling, handle the pounding of 26.2 miles on pavement after such a hard bike effort? It would be a true test of his all-around athleticism. Whether this happens next year, after his career, or not at all, the conversation itself speaks volumes about his incredible talent and ambition. He's not content to just be the best in one sport. He's constantly looking for new mountains to climb, new challenges to conquer. It's this relentless drive that makes him such a captivating figure. He races with pure instinct and a sense of fun, and tackling an Ironman seems to fit that spirit perfectly. It's the ultimate test of endurance, and Van der Poel is the ultimate endurance athlete. So, what do you think? Will we see Mathieu van der Poel at an Ironman finish line in the near future? Could he actually be competitive against the pros? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I think he has the engine, the grit, and the raw talent to shock a lot of people. It would be an amazing story to watch unfold. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories from the world of cycling and beyond. See you in the next one.